All right, everyone. Just a quick little pre-race video here on a Friday. We're into the finals, the penultimate. I can't pronounce that word. I'm terrible at this. The last round of the 2024 Super Motocross Championship here. 3 rounds of playoffs. What we actually did, we did 17 rounds of Supercross. We did 11 rounds of outdoors, and now we're finishing up our 3-round playoff series here. And I mean, you couldn't ask for a better setup for the finale. Everyone's a little nervous about the track, especially with the way last weekend went there in Dallas, and now we're in Vegas, which is notoriously hard dirt. We'll see what happens with that, okay? I'm not going to be judge, jury, and executioner on this until I actually see it. I am a little nervous. At least the race is at night, so hopefully maybe they can save this track and make it work. But I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But anyway, jumping into this, there was a few news articles I kind of wanted to touch on here prior to the main show. Just some little tidbits, some little quick thoughts on top of, like I said, it being the final round. Now let's talk SMX World Finals here. So basically, 250 class, the only story in that is, does Deegan go 6-0? Does he go absolutely undefeated here as far as the 250 class goes? Most of the week, everybody's been kind of talking about this in the 250 class because there isn't a lot else going on. And the general consensus between everyone on my show, between everyone on all the other shows is, yeah, barring an absolute catastrophe, which would be him crashing, which would be out of the ordinary and like really crashing, or a bike failure that would just be not great at all. Everyone pretty much thinks that's what's going to happen there in the 250 class. The real question is, with that, is can anybody actually even beat him in a moto at this point? Kitchen doesn't look to be on point. Shimoda looks to be doing normal Joe Shimoda things, but he still isn't quite there. Hymas out. I mean, there just really isn't anybody that looks like they can even touch him at this point in the 250 class here. RJ's out for the week. I don't know exactly what's wrong with him. Probably some sort of concussion, if I had to guess from last week, but I haven't got any information on that. Then we get to the 450 class, and we have a 3-man winner-take-all Lawrence Brothers / Chase Sexton battle royale here that basically is going to determine the winner. Who's going to win $1 million? My money, obviously, on Jet. Everybody kind of knows that. My second favorite, I would say, is Hunter. And honestly, Chase is the least likely, I think, to do it. And that's strictly because Sexton's starts are just absolutely atrocious. Like, he can't get off the gate unless you have something like last week where there was people flinching on the gate. But outside of that, he can't. Now, the spoiler in all of this would be Eli Tomac could go out and win this race. He's notoriously good at these fast hybrid tracks. He's been super great here for the first 2 rounds. He could go out and actually win this. Now, that still doesn't change like the points that much, even with the triple points. Like barring those 3 having catastrophes, there's no way he's going to be able to make up that many points. But he could, like I said, play spoiler and come out and actually win both motos. And that wouldn't surprise me either, to be honest with you. So comment down below who you think is going to win. I'm super excited about it. It should bring a ton of drama to this final round here with those 3 basically going battle royale. Now, other news and notes for the week here. I think the biggest news here that kind of dropped yesterday, which would have been Thursday, Cooper Webb going to MXoN on a 250F. And this really starts putting Deegan's feet to the fire here. You know, there was a lot of talk from his camp of he wasn't going to go because Star wasn't going to support him. Star didn't want him to go, all this kind of stuff. And then the surgery thing kind of came about a little bit later, and it was, oh, well, I got to have this hardware removed and all this stuff like that, right? And now your excuse of, well, the team wasn't going to support me is kind of, it was shot in the foot to start with, because we all knew if they wanted to go, they would go, and the team would support them. But now with this, this isn't a great look, man. just be transparent about this kind of stuff. If you don't want to go, just say I don't want to go. And no, like, yeah, you're going to catch a little flack, but you're going to catch more this way, I think. So we'll have to see what develops with that. And obviously me and Justin will talk in depth on the main show this week about that. Another fun little thing I found out this week here. There is that leaked Supercross schedule floating around. If you know, you know. If you've seen it, you've seen it. From what I understand, yesterday on the Moto 60 show, someone called in and asked Steve, and Steve said that's the schedule. Now, he did say one thing that was very noticeable on that schedule is there was no Daytona. Now, he did say that Daytona was going to be in there. It just wasn't on there, apparently, because it's not a Feld event, which I'm well aware of that. It's not a Feld event. It's a Daytona Motorsports Group event that Feld kind of lets happen in the middle of their series. It's a very strange situation. I'm not sure all the ins and outs and ebbs and flows of it, but from what I understand, that is the actual schedule, which is crazy because there's a lot of open air stadiums and there is a shit ton of East Coast round, like East Coast rounds. I mean, you figure we're going to, I believe is it New York, Boston, and Pennsylvania, like Philadelphia and Pittsburgh. Like that's wild. And there's, I think Tampa, was it Tampa on there too? I think Tampa was on there. I mean, it is crazy the amount of actual East Coast rounds we have. Like, is Indy going to be a West Coast round? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait till the schedule's fully released. But yeah, those are that's kind of the news and notes for this week here. Like I said, I just wanted to jump on and kind of give a little just a little spiel here. I haven't been doing any like pre-race stuff here. We've kind of just been running the main show, but there's been some things happening, and to be honest, like I said, this 450 class is something that I'm super looking forward to. So that's all I got for you guys for today. I know it wasn't a whole lot of information or anything, just some little blurbs here and there. But thanks everybody for tuning in. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks to our members who are joining our members area. I think we're up to like 4 of you guys now, which is wild. I was going to feel pretty special if we got 1, which we did pretty early. Shout out to Ralph for being our first member. But now we got 4. So shout out to all of you who have joined. If you haven't joined, make sure to go join. For as little as 99 cents a month starting in 2025 here, and probably actually a little bit in the off season. You're going to be able to get either early access to shows like these off season shows that I'm trying to film, or you're going to be able to watch the main show be filmed live. So go check that out. Hit it up, like I said, as low as 99 cents per month. We'll be back with a reaction show. It's coming Saturday night, I promise. Saturday night after the race, even though it's going to be like 1 o'clock in the morning here, I will do a reaction show, and then we'll have the main show, our final one. Justin's coming back for that, coming out on Tuesday. Thanks everybody. Enjoy the racing this weekend. We'll see y'all on the reaction show.